Hi there, I'm Paul and I'm a beekeeper. And what I'd like to do today is to give you a taste of a day in the life of a beekeeper and his apprentice, that being my good lady wife. We're just about to leave home. I've got to load up the car with all the equipment, but firstly I want to go up and have a look at the hornet trap that we've got at the top of the garden there. So let's take a peek. And maximum and minimum temperatures for yesterday, which was the 23rd of April, a minimum of about 8 degrees last night and a max yesterday of 22. Let's just reset that. Right, let's pop up the top of the garden. Yeah, the Asian Asian hornet trap has been put out because obviously if there are any in the area we'd like to trap them and understand where they are locally. The European hornet is common now in the UK, but the Asian is becoming a bit invasive. But this is the trap here. It's a proprietary item we've got here, and I've actually caught a European hornet in there last year. But anyway, let's get back and load the vehicle up. And actually just indicate here that what I've done here is put a little what they call a nuke box up on top of the shed with a couple of frames inside in anticipation it'll attract a swarm. Let's just show you the equipment I've got in here loaded up. So I've got a new hive stand there, a couple of boxes of frames and all my gear here, smoker, gloves, etc. Typical kit that any beekeeper should have in his possession or hers. First apiary here, and as you can see we've got 3 hives. We've got the hive on the right here, which is my hive 2. I'm doing a Bailey comb exchange on that. Hive 1 is on the left, and the little hive over there is now hive 3. That was a nuke box that came from our garden. But, let's get them in there. Okay girls, coming in. see. They've taken quite a bit down. But they've taken about half of that container down. So let's see what they're actually doing in this top box. So they are starting to draw comb out there.
Oh, there's the queen.
And there's the queen. You can stay there, Jan. There's the queen wandering in there. This method, the Bailey comb exchange method, takes, they say, about 4 or 5 weeks to sort of sort itself out. But I had a bit of a setback last week because I had a tray feeder on there, and I must admit a lot of the bees, dare I say it, drowned themselves in there. No, I'm pleased with that. I'm not going to look in the bottom at all, because the worker bees in the bottom, as they've hatched, should migrate now into the upper box. Right, what we do is we put some more sugar syrup solution on. Good. Well, I've got the queen excluder on top, and it is really just in there for storage at this point in time. Good. Okay, we're going to hive hive 1. This has actually got last year's queen in it. Okay, girls, coming in. I had put this super box on at 90 degrees to the brood box, but in all honesty it should have been left in the same direction. It's when you start adding other supers, you twist them through 90 degrees to stop them, dare I say it, sticking up with one another. But yeah, they're pulling that out.
Did you just put that slope in a slightly different direction?
There are 10 brood frames in here. Stores in that one. Bit of brood in there. Brood in there. Larvae. I was going to say I would look out for the queen, but unfortunately I've actually forgotten my marker tool today. There are actually some play cups there. Just checking for queen cells. I've just seen the queen. There she is. Okay. So yeah, she's doing a damn good job. Pollen coming in. Take out one more frame. This is looking very good. Right, let's close it up. You want your photograph taken, Dana?
Sorry?
Do you want your photograph taken with the frame?
No, not today.
No? All right. Brace cone there, but I haven't got my So we've got 11 super frames in there. Let's just see what they're doing there. So in here, in the brood box, there were certainly 4 or 5 frames with cat brood in there. They pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames there in the super area. Pleased about it. Keep the crown board on top there with a cover on it. It is vented at the back, but it still keeps, even at this time of year, the temperatures could fluctuate. It's going to get cold again slightly next week, but it keeps the area nice and warm for them. That's good. Give the girls a smoke. As I say, this colony came up from the garden 2 weeks ago now. It was a very strong nuke box. Actually, whether or not I put them into this hive is another thing, I don't know. Right on here, metal queen excluder. We've got a glass crown board on here. One of my good friends back in Swindon made it some years ago for me. Unfortunately, Brian died last year. He was an excellent beekeeper, taught me a lot. And you know what? I can see already that this colony could do with a brood box on it. Right, stand back there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and get a super box out of the car and get that super on here. Now for you beekeepers out there, what I've got here is I'm going to put some super frames onto Hive 3, but these frames are actually SM1s, and I bought some special plastic clips to space them out, giving them the correct pitching through there as an SM4. So that's what they look like. Show you inside the box in a second. Yeah. Right, a couple of things about this colony. They do seem, don't know what the word is to use. I'm not going to say aggressive at the moment. certainly a strong colony though. And this queen actually developed out of a queen cell at the Exmoor Beekeepers apiary last year. Obviously I haven't got a clue what drone she went out and mated with, but all those sort of things come into play on the trade of the bees. Now I'm pitching those frames off, hopefully the correct sort of pitch there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 frames in there. Possibly got away with 12, but let's not tempt it. I'm not going to try and find the queen today. I'd like them to settle down, and hopefully they'll settle down for next week. But, there you go. Okay.